First, I would like to invite to the stage Javier Moreno and Minister Arturo Herrera, who is the Secretario de Hacienda from Mexico.
Speaking about the budget, we could probably start with that. What messages are you sending with this budget to both Mexican and foreign investors?
We are very clear about the constraints that we have. Between 2008 and 2016, the debt of Mexico moved from 28% of GDP to 49% of GDP. So basically, that space of maneuver, the one related to debt, was basically extinguished there. Mexico is not a poor country. It's a high middle income country, but it's a country with many poor. So that's why a very relevant chunk of the budget is going to try to address those issues, which is a prevalent problem in Mexico. We have a problem of violence in Mexico, and in order to address it, that requires budget. Pemex is the most important asset for Mexico, clearly for the government, but also for the country. We lost half of our production over a 14-year span. And the reasons are very obvious in retrospect. Pemex was not producing more because we was not investing more. And one of the reasons they were not investing more was because Pemex was heavily taxed.
Since you brought up Pemex, how much of a war is Pemex?
I think we are tackling those issues in a very disciplined way. There are issues related to production, and there are issues related to the liability management. Basically, Pemex lost 300,000 barrels per day in a year. We stopped that, then we stabilize it, and the production starts to go up.
Your critics or critics of your government say that the budget, in spite of its virtues, it's a missed opportunity in terms of a badly needed change of course of the Mexican economy. Obviously, you do not think that this is a missed opportunity, but I would like you to give you the chance to.
First of all, several of the issues that they refer to, investments, Pemex, etc., are not decided in the budget. Every single economy in the world have a cyclical nature, right? So that means that you grow at a trend, and then you have a cycle along line. And when we talk about what should be the growth of the Mexican economy in the medium to long term, we are talking about the trend. It's the lowest growth rate in Latin America in the long term. That problem is still there, and at the same time we have a cyclical deceleration. These two issues are real problems, but they may have different solutions.
Does your government need more fiscal revenue? And if so, where should it come from?
Yeah, well, the short answer is yes, okay. Right? Tax revenue, it's only 13% of GDP. Clearly, we need to collect more, and we clearly need to have more fiscal space. The first thing that we are doing is we reduce a big chunk of what we will call superfluous expenditures in order to make the first effort by the government as opposed to by the citizens.
Mr. Secretary, I thank you very much for being here, and I wish you and Mexico good luck.
Thank you for the invitation.